Okay guys, this is the beautiful East Coast Fort Pierce area in Florida. Fort Pierce is just below Vero Beach. This is Highway A1A, and Vero Beach, Fort Pierce is at the very beginning of the Gulf Stream on the east coast of Florida. From Vero Beach to Fort Pierce, we're in Fort Pierce now, and then south is the tropical zone in Florida. That's when you see these lush palm trees and the really tropical climate. This is the beginning of South Florida. And North Florida and Central Florida, they have a subtropical climate. So there's a little bit of a different style in the palm trees and the atmosphere because of the climate. And that's why for me, I would recommend, and I visited Florida for many years, I wanted to get around these type of palm trees, around the hottest part of the state pretty much, because I like endless summer. I don't like the change of seasons. I like endless summer. And this is Highway A1A. We're actually headed north. Usually I head south. But just to do this video and to give you perspective, Fort Pierce and Vero Beach, if you went inland, they do have bad areas, just like every place in the world. It all depends on where you go. There's good and bad areas. But right here along the coast on Highway A1A, this is a beautiful area with nice homes. And again, I just want to say, for me coming to Florida, I wanted to be in tropical weather, not subtropical. Initially, I looked at the Space Coast Satellite Beach, which is central East Coast Florida, and Melbourne area, which again is central East Coast area. And I was really looking there for a couple years. And then after doing research online, I physically visited Florida for 2 years, and I just drove all around the state. I like St. Augustine. I like Flagler Beach. That's northeast Florida. I want to be by the coast, number one. I want to be by the beach. I didn't want to be inland. Even though there's some beautiful country land inland of Florida, I wanted to be by the beach. I mean, look at these palm trees, guys. This is why you come to Florida, and this is why you never go back up north. You're not missing anything up north, because this is magical. You don't have this at the Jersey Shore. You don't have this anywhere else in the world. You have the American infrastructure with the Caribbean culture. It's amazing. That's the best word, amazing. But so as I was exploring, and that's why I recommend just get in your car, drive Highway A1A all the way from St. Augustine all the way down to Miami, and that's what I did. I got videos documenting that. I went to the West Coast, but it just wasn't my style. There's a little bit more energy and magic and diversity on the East Coast. And then once I got to that tropical zone below Vero Beach into Fort Pierce, this highway here, and I started to see this culture. I thought I came into heaven. Excuse me. I get so excited still. When I first saw this driving, I thought I literally came into heaven on earth. And this is the closer you're going to get in this world, in my opinion. And so I would recommend, Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, and then head south and just really get a feel, guys. I mean, because if you come to Florida, I don't know why you want to cool. Yeah, once in a while, even down here in South Florida, it gets cool during the winter months for a couple weeks here and there. And cool, I'm talking about 60 degrees, 70. But I like 80s. Maybe you don't, but these palm trees are different in St. Augustine versus Fort Pierce or Boca Raton or, Miami or Hollywood, Florida, whatever. But this area is nice. Not too congested yet, because this is the very beginning of South Florida. Look it up on the map and ride around. And for me, once you ride around, for me, I realized I wanted to be in the tropical climate. Tropical climate, not subtropical. And that's why I kind of went a little bit further south after starting at Satellite Beach. And when you drive here, I think a lot of people get stuck in St. Augustine because it's the first part that's kind of nice, and they say, I'm not going any further. You got to go a little further. Push yourself. Go down past Daytona. I like Flagler Beach, which is just north of Daytona. Push yourself more south. Then you go to the Space Coast. Push yourself more south. Jupiter, Florida, which is south of here, beautiful. Juno Beach, beautiful. South Florida, Boca Raton, beautiful. And you're in a tropical zone down here. And this is why I came here. These palm trees, this atmosphere, this culture is magical. There's nothing else like it in the world. And I'm very thankful. And I'm just sharing another perspective on why I chose South Florida.